explanation of the control of the Nosstec rollers. Control is very simple. You basically have three operating modes: automatic, the program mode where you enter programs, and manual. First of all, let's go to manual. And I'll show you basically each movement. You simply have soft keys for the four movements. This is the locking arm, up and down, open and open and close this way. Then on the bottom you have the feet. Plus is always away from the operator. Minus is always towards the operator, and that's afterwards important for programming also. Then you have bend. The plus row. Do you stop it? I can edit it afterwards.
Good. You had a reminder.
The plus direction brings the back roller up, and the minus direction brings the front roller up. The roll always automatically stops at the 0 point, at the neutral point, where it doesn't bend at all. And this is for pre-bending. So this would be so that you don't have to pre-bend, where you roll from the leading edge immediately, and then on the bend side you finish out your bending where it rolls a radius all the way to the trailing edge. And then here, up here, we have the pinch. You will see here in the gap how the pinch moves up until the rolls close and how it opens again. And those are the four movements of the roll. Go into the programming mode. In the programming mode, very simple, you have the different programs. And here, which you can pick, you simply pick which one you want. You can program your own part descriptions. You load the program and you can immediately go into auto. This is, for example, for the hard shape that we run. So, as we go, the back roll comes up into the loading position, and we can gauge against the back roll, and then we pinch, the part holds, and it pulls it in. At the same time, here on the control, you see each line that you have programmed as we run. So first we are at the minus 330 bending position, then we go at a 0 bending, then we bend the other side. You can always see each line on the control where you actually are. And as you can see, these bends are very simple. They are just have a feed direction and a bending value. As you can see now here, we are a little bit long. I'll show you how you fix this. All you go, the leading edge needs to be a little bit longer, the trailing edge needs to be a little bit shorter. So we go into program, The total program for this whole heart shape was 6 lines at 2 numbers each. On the left side you have your bending value, which is a bending position, and on the right side you have how much you feed the material, either plus or minus. And what we want to do is we want to make the leading edge a little bit longer, which means we want to go out further. So instead of coming back 34 millimeter, we will only come back 28 millimeter, minus 28, enter. So this would be a very simple edit. This is all going to translate where the rear end is going to be shorter. All we do is we do an exit, we do a save, and we do an auto, and we run again. The arm closes, roll comes up. All we did is we basically pushed the program 6 millimeter over. And now we have a result which is already much closer. We could probably, if we program another 2 or 3 millimeters, then we are there and it will fall right on top of each other. Now, I will show you how you make a program change. You can very simple go, for example, you go back into the library and you go from the heart shape to the square. You load it, you hit auto, and off we go. This is really the most simple control because all you have to think is in feet distances and bending positions. There is no other code. And after a while you get a very good grasp on which constitutes which. So here we now have finished our square. I'll show you what that program looks like. That program, very simple, is a run command at 0. That brings it in a little bit. Then we bend at a value of 313 for 68 millimeters. Then we go flat again for 99. We repeat the bend. We go flat. We repeat the bend. We go flat. We repeat the bend. So that after 8 lines, we have finished the program. For the good order, you should always put an end at the end. When you exit, if you made a change, it asks you whether you want to save it. If you put in a different number, you can copy your program also so that you have it immediately available for something else. Or you cannot save it if you made a change that you don't like. So, and the library holds 100 parts, but you can also store them all onto a USB. Under the first program number, I usually put a date in there, and you can store up to 100 USB storages on it, so you would have 10,000 programs totally that you have on the USB, or up to 100 updates of your 100 programs according to date. And you can also sort these basically by part number or simply by when you saved it. And the same thing you have here. You can you can look at your program list basically by program number, or you can look at it alphabetically by the name that you gave it. And this is really the entire control. You have your manual mode with the 4 movements. You have programming, where you have the program itself, the library. You have some machine data in here, where we see how much the machine has run. This machine that we are talking about has 158 cycles on it, 1.4 hours. It gives you all the machine data in there. And here is where you change the language. If you go to US from British, then you have English language with inch dimensions. So you can switch it between inch and metric back and forth very easily. And then the last thing that you have is you have automatic, which gives you your program number and your total piece counter. And as you run the program, it will give you the actual line in your program as you are working through the program. So at any given time, you know where you are, and you can make your edits accordingly. If you need to edit something, you see in the machine where you are at the point, and you know that basically you may want to edit line 2, for example, or line 3. And that, in a heartbeat, is the controller for the Nosstec machine. Thank you.